Hi everybody, how are ya? Well, I had a couple interesting things happen this week. Somebody had messaged me earlier in the week that they were looking for a dessert, and then somebody else was talking to me that they want to make a special Valentine dinner for their spouse. And so I was thinking that's what I should do. I should do a dinner, do a whole dinner and whatnot, so this person can cook a surprise dinner for the spouse, and all the instructions will be right here. And then I was thinking of the dessert that I told the other lady about, and it's an old dessert, and she knew what it was once I reminded her, and she's like, I haven't made that for years. So, but it's a simple dessert, but it's good. So I'm going to show you two things. The first one, I'll show you dessert, and then I'm going to show you a soup. And then in the next couple days, I'll make the main dish. I was gonna make the main dish tonight, but I forgot that my spouse is going to a party. So I was gonna have all this food to eat by myself. I figured the soup and the cake I can get away with. Do any of you remember Jell-O poke cakes? I have made one probably in the last 20 years or so, but they're really super, super easy. Buy a boxed cake mix. Now, my friend, when I was talking dessert, she's like, oh, I could do strawberry for Valentine's Day. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. Steven is one of these strange people that really enjoys the flavor of artificial strawberry. Not a big fan myself, but that's what he enjoys. So until he actually watches this video, he's not going to know that I made him a cake, because he won't be home till later. So I went and bought a store-bought mix of strawberry flavored cake. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a chopstick, and all you do, now my cake is cool, okay? Poke holes all over the cake. About every ½ inch to an inch. Try to make them nice orderly rows, which doesn't always happen. But you just poke them around. So I'm holding it up so you can see it, see all my holes in my cake. Now, what you're gonna pour in here, I had gotten some, strawberry flavored gelatin. And I dissolved it per the instructions, and then I let it cool at room temperature. It's not gonna start setting up until it gets cold. It won't set up at room temperature. So now that I have all my holes poked in, I'm going to take my 2 cups of strawberry gelatin mixture. Okay, and I'm just going to pour this over the top. Now the cake is going to absorb all this mix, and so it's going to be a very, very moist cake. Very strawberry flavored, very moist. Now, take the frozen whipped topping of your choice, and you can smear it all over this. Now, of course, this is nothing like the cake Steven makes, but he likes the store-bought box cakes over most homemade cakes. And again, this is for my friend to make, and my friend who's planning the dinner for his spouse can make it and keep it all nice and easy. I'm using the whole tub on there because who doesn't like whipped topping, as artificial as it is? If you are an accomplished cook and had the interest, you could make a cake by scratch and throw it all together in there. Okay. What I also got were fresh strawberries. I am not putting my fresh strawberries on here now, because if I put them on here now, by the time anybody gets around to eating the cake, the fresh strawberry juice will have run all over and spoiled the white. How do you like that? And spoil the white of this. We don't want runny strawberries. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator now. I'm still here. I'm just in my fridge. So you've got dessert now for that special someone. A little while ago, I posted a picture of the ingredients for a soup. Now this is my zesty sweet potato soup that I really, really like. Steven loves it as well. So easy. So all those ingredients that I showed in the picture, you just chop up all the vegetables and you can put them in a crock pot or an Instapot. I've made it for years in a crock pot. Put all the vegetables, all the everything in it, and just let it sit on low all day long if I'm going to work, or if it's an afternoon thing, I might put it on high, you know, and it's done in a couple hours. Instapot, same thing, I put it all in there and set it for 25 minutes. So in 25 minutes in an Instapot, it was done in no time. Now the only thing is, how many of you have a stick blender? This is the best thing for this soup, but you can do it other ways too. I'm gonna open this up in just a minute and I'm gonna show you. With the stick blender, you can just do it right in your pot, you're all done. Your crock pot or your Instapot, stick blender, perfect. If you don't have a stick blender, you could actually use a hand mixer and put it on like a medium to a low, and just kind of whip the soup up because it's on the thicker side. Or you can take it, and I don't like the blender method, but, you know, and hot stuff in a blender, but and I haven't done it, but my understanding is you can fill a blender about halfway if you got hot stuff in it, so that you're not blowing and throwing scalding hot food all over the place. So, there it is. Now all the carrots and the green pepper and everything is floating right now. I can see the different things in the sauce and whatnot, but everything is cooked to complete mush. So I'm just stirring it up and getting all the lumpies out. Now I know I didn't have measurements of ingredients on the picture, so I will post those along with this feed. In the comments section of this video, I will put that picture again, and I will put the amounts for the cumin and cayenne and everything. So you have control over how hot this is. If you want it on the hotter side, when you put in the jalapeno, put the whole jalapeno in there. Don't take the seeds out. If you're afraid between the jalapeno and the cayenne that it's going to be a little much for you, take all the seeds out of the jalapeno. I do about half and half. I wish I could read comments. I'm doing this with my phone, and my phone is about 4.5 feet away, so that you could get all this loveliness in the background. So, if somebody wants to move to Texas and be my cameraman, let me know. Hi, Doug! I saw that name. So, I'm just creaming this up, and it is 1.5 cups of peanut butter, which really throws people off. Now, the story behind this soup, I had gone to a little family kind of restaurant in my hometown, and one of the things that I saw they had their zesty or spicy sweet potato soup advertised, and I just loved it, absolutely loved it. So what I did, when we were getting ready to leave, she said, the waitress said, how'd you like the soup? I said, I loved it. She says, oh, you like peanut butter? I'm like, peanut butter? What does peanut butter have to do? There's peanut butter in it. So then I started scouring the internet looking for zesty sweet potato soups with peanut butter in it. And I'm telling you, it really works. Definitely go for the creamy unless you really want the only lumps in this whole soup to be little bits and pieces of peanut. Also, another place you can control the spiciness is with the diced tomatoes. You can do the diced tomatoes if they have, just plain, or the ones that have the green chilies in them. Like I say, the spiciness is all up to you. Now, I had made this earlier in the week. Earlier in the week when we made it, we ate it. All gone, just our family. But I was thinking that this is a good soup for my friend to make for his spouse. And this is a good soup for me to take to work tomorrow for my coworkers. Because we really, really like it a lot. And Steven's having a party tonight, so with his work. I told him I was going to make it. All right. I'm telling you people, this soup is amazing. I'm going to use this. Okay. I'm not going to fix a bowl of it for myself right now, but I definitely want to taste it. And I can feel as I stir my spoon in here, there's no chunks left. Everything is really, really, oh, what's a good word? Creamed together. There we go. Creamed together. Hi, Jan. Okay. It's so good. Just the right heat. Okay. Jan, you asked, if I'm reading this correct, 4.5 feet away. Who is the cutie behind you? My dogs are here all walking around. That was Jin Jin. Jin Jin, I'm talking about you. Say hi, Jin Jin. So I said Jin Jin, now here comes Luna. Luna. She's gonna stay too close, you can't see. And of course now comes Dobby as well, so you get all 3 dogs. In the recipe that I posted in the pictures, I had put in, there's 1 white potato and 1 sweet potato, because when I went to my pantry, I only had 1 sweet potato, and it was on the small side. I'm like, I'm not going to the store, I'll use 1 sweet potato and 1 white potato. You really can't tell the difference. So if you use 2, a larger sweet potato or 2 medium ones or 3 smaller ones. Again, recipes are just guidelines to get started. You can play with these and make them your own recipes. So this has to cool now. I'm hoping maybe Tuesday night or Monday night, maybe tomorrow night, I'll do the chicken with green beans. And I'm still debating whether I should do it with a pasta or do it with mashed potatoes. This has got potatoes in it, but it's got all kinds of other vegetables as well. So I don't know if a mashed potato would be good or doing it with noodles. I'll have to think about it and I'll let you know. Could you use, sure, you could probably use yams. I don't know any reason why not. You're going for that, you're going for that not white thing. It's just giving you the colors. The colors blend really well. I don't know how well you can see this in here. If you can see, it's almost like a peanut buttery kind of color. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, it's almost like a thick brown with the cumin in it and everything. It is wonderful. So anyway, here's 2 steps towards your Valentine dinner. I'll give you the rest of it tomorrow or Tuesday. But for that, all you're going to need is either chicken breasts or some thighs. We got thighs in the refrigerator, so I'm probably gonna use the thighs. Your pasta or your mashed potatoes, whichever one you're gonna choose. And how do you guys like green beans when they're wrapped with bacon? So something a little bit extravagant in there as well. But it's all gonna be yummy for that person you love. Everybody have a great night. I'll go online and look through all your, any questions or anything that you have. In the meantime, I'm gonna go find a movie to watch and maybe have a bowl of soup. Love you guys, thanks for watching. Oh, reaching.